Welcome back to Dark Case Stories, your destination for chilling true crime stories that delve into the darkest corners of human nature. From unsolved mysteries to notorious serial killers, we explore real-life cases that shock, terrify, and leave you questioning everything. With in-depth research, compelling storytelling, and haunting details, each video will take you deep into the minds of criminals and the stories of their victims. Today we dive into the tragic and perplexing murder of Samantha Woll, a beloved community leader and synagogue president from Detroit. Her story is one of community love and loss, a life ended too soon in an unsolved mystery that continues to leave lingering questions. How did a woman who stood as a beacon of unity and peace become the victim of such a brutal crime? This episode will explore the mystery surrounding Samantha Woll's untimely death, the investigation that followed, and the lasting impact on her loved ones and community. Join us as we unravel the details of this haunting case. Samantha Woll is a cherished figure in Detroit, known for her work bridging communities and her passion for social justice. As the president of a local synagogue, she worked to foster understanding across cultural and religious divides. Her friends and family remember her as a warm, empathetic soul who was always eager to help others. She wasn't just a leader, she was a unifier, describes a close friend. Woll's dedication made her an integral part of her neighborhood, and her connections ran deep. This foundation allows viewers to feel her presence and appreciate the significance of her loss. Detroit, known for its rich history and resilience, embodies a vibrant culture marked by diversity and community spirit. In the Lafayette Park neighborhood, where Samantha Woll lived, this sense of inclusivity flourished amidst urban renewal efforts. The area's commitment to growth and communal ties adds a poignant layer to Woll's tragic story, contrasting the promise of safety and community with the violence that ultimately shattered it. Samantha Woll was a prominent community leader and the president of the Isaac Agree Downtown Synagogue in Detroit, Michigan. Before her tragic death, she was known for her dedication to fostering unity and understanding across diverse communities. Woll had a reputation for bringing people together, especially in a city marked by cultural and religious diversity. Her work focused on bridging divides, particularly between Jewish and Muslim communities, a commitment that earned her respect and admiration from various groups. Born and raised in Michigan, Woll was deeply rooted in her community. She was active in local politics and worked on campaigns for Democratic politicians, including Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin. Woll was also involved with the Muslim-Jewish Forum of Detroit, an initiative designed to foster dialogue and collaboration between the two communities. Her kindness, openness, and dedication to social causes left a profound impact on those around her, and family recall Woll as someone with a heart of gold and a relentless drive to make her community a better place. Her legacy reflects a life spent working to unify and heal, making her tragic death all the more shocking and painful for those who knew her. Samantha Woll grew up in a supportive and close-knit family, including her parents, Margot and Douglas Woll, and her sister, Monica Woll. Her parents had deep roots in the Detroit area. Her mother was a retired teacher, and her father a retired engineer. This background fostered a strong sense of community service and civic duty, which Samantha fully embraced throughout her life. While her family remained largely private, her sister, Monica, pursued a career in law and worked with the Jewish Women's Foundation of New York, aligning with their shared values of advocacy and service. Samantha did not have children and kept details of her personal relationships private. So little is known about her marital status or any romantic connections. She poured much of her time and energy into her community work, especially at the Isaac Agree downtown synagogue, where she served as president and was a passionate leader. Her family's influence, combined with her own dedication, deeply shaped her role in Detroit's Jewish community. On a frigid October evening in 2023, Samantha Woll's brutal murder sent shockwaves through Detroit and beyond. Samantha, known for her commitment to her community and role as the president of the Isaac Agree downtown synagogue, was discovered dead in her home, a stark and unsettling contrast to her legacy as a peace advocate and bridge builder between diverse communities. News of her death quickly spread, leaving the city and her close-knit circle in disbelief. The manner of her death was deeply disturbing and left a chilling impression. Investigators and journalists described a scene that pointed unmistakably to a targeted and calculated attack. Early reports highlighted how she had suffered multiple stab wounds, suggesting a level of personal animosity or intent behind the assault. The cold details of her murder painted a haunting picture of what she may have endured, amplifying the sense of loss among those who knew her. As the story unfolded, the Detroit community where Samantha had spent years working to foster understanding and unity was left reeling. Vigils were held and messages of grief and support poured in from leaders and residents who felt the loss deeply. However, as more questions emerged, so did the community's demand for answers. The media followed closely, capturing the heightened emotion and pressure on law enforcement to identify and bring the killer to justice. For her family and friends, the disbelief and sorrow were overwhelming, compounded by the seemingly senseless violence that had taken such a cherished figure. While investigators worked tirelessly to piece together evidence, the weight of the crime lingered, stirring widespread reflection on Samantha's life, her legacy, and the importance of justice for the lives she had touched. Authorities launched a thorough investigation, turning the spotlight on individuals connected to Woll, including an ex-boyfriend who initially became a suspect due to a retracted confession. Jeffrey Herbstman, Samantha Woll's ex-boyfriend, became a significant figure in the early stages of her murder investigation. Herbstman, who has struggled with depression, experienced an intense mental health crisis in the days following Woll's death. In a state of extreme anxiety and self-doubt, he contacted the police and expressed concern that he might have harmed Woll, despite having no clear memory of committing any crime. He attributed this distress to a recent change in his depression medication, which he claimed led to confusion and delusions, causing him to doubt his own actions and suspect he may have hurt her without realizing it. During his police interview, Herbstman even voiced uncertainty about his own mental state, telling investigators that he might be attempting to outsmart people. However, after a thorough review, law enforcement determined there was no evidence linking Herbstman to Woll's murder, and he was subsequently released. The investigation later focused on Michael Jackson Bolanos, another individual, after physical evidence and surveillance data placed him near the crime scene around the time of the attack. This revelation about Herbstman's involvement in the case emphasizes the intense emotional toll Woll's death had on those close to her and highlights how mental health struggles can complicate perceptions of guilt and innocence during such investigations. Theories and speculations swirled. Was this an act of random violence, or was someone seeking revenge? Court documents reveal that investigators faced numerous setbacks as forensic evidence was inconclusive, and there were no witnesses. As we recount these theories, offer viewers a chance to weigh the possibilities, emphasizing the uncertainty that plagued the case. The prosecution faced significant obstacles as key evidence proved to be inconclusive and conflicting testimonies muddied the investigation. The case garnered national attention, with people across the country rallying for justice in Woll's memory. The trial presented both prosecution and defense arguments, but the lack of concrete evidence led to challenges in securing a conviction. Prosecutors brought forward forensic details, while the defense highlighted inconsistencies in the investigative process. Tensions in the courtroom were high, with supporters from both sides passionately defending their perspectives. After months of legal battles, the accused was acquitted of premeditated murder, and while some rejoiced, others felt justice had not been fully served. The ruling left Woll's community grappling with frustration and grief. Questions of accountability and responsibility lingered, as many wondered if the true culprit had escaped justice. 1 year later, Samantha Woll's memory lives on in Detroit, yet her murder remains an unsolved puzzle her friends, family, and community continue to hold vigils in her honor, keeping her legacy alive through acts of kindness and unity. Her story is a stark reminder of how one individual's life can impact so many, and how the quest for justice is often a long and painful journey. Do you believe justice was served? Could the true story of Samantha Woll's death still be hidden in the shadows? Leave your thoughts below, and let's keep her memory alive. Thank you for watching Dark Case Stories. If you found this story compelling, please consider subscribing and don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Your insights help us continue these discussions and explore ways to create awareness around crime and community safety. Remember, each story holds lessons that we can learn from, shedding light on the importance of compassion, vigilance, and awareness. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode.